This video is brought to you by Straight Goods News, Canada's alternative online news source. Visit straightgoods.ca.
65 ans.
Oui, c'est 65 ans.
I have another question on the PBO report. You raised the issue in the House of the lack of transparency in getting information to the PBO, right? Isn't there a more fundamental issue, though, that what the report seems to reveal is that the cuts, both in dollar terms and in terms of jobs, are far greater than is reflected in Budget 2012.
Absolutely, and that was one of the questions that I asked today, that the cuts are in fact much deeper than what the Conservatives are revealing. And, my question was about, they owe it to the people of Canada to come clean and tell us what exactly they're cutting, what services are going to be cut.
That information is in the budget, isn't it?
Well,
if you look hard enough.
It's very obscure, and that's part of the problem with this omnibus budget bill, is that the relevant departments and the relevant parliamentary committees are not getting the opportunity to really study this in depth.
But
that's the problem.
Yeah, I guess what I'm driving at, though, is that if you do read to chapter 6 and look at the graph of number 6.7, or I think it's 6.7, then that information is laid out if you know what you're looking for, right?
If you have enough time, enough scrutiny, and the people who are experts in this field, you could probably dig down and find much of the information. Some of it we still don't know. Some of it will depend on ministerial decisions. Some of it will depend on regulations, which will be decided by cabinet, definitions that could be decided by ministers. So there is still an obscurity to much of this bill.
On the other question of transparency, I guess it's the glass is half full or it's half empty. In this case, almost 2/3 of the departments did cough up the information to the PBO. Isn't it plausible that the others they're confused too about maybe they don't have the numbers yet?
It's possible. We don't know. It would be good to get a clear answer from the government on this. But the PBO himself expresses frustration around getting access to information. And you heard in my question today, when I mentioned the parliamentary budget officer, I was met with guffaws from the government side of the House. So clearly there's not a lot of support for the PBO, even though his numbers have been proven to be more accurate and the government numbers wrong in many cases, such as the F-35s.
Thank you.
Thank you.